Good morning to all. Today, the Department of Commerce SFON is conducting a webinar on intellectual property rights. Education is no allegation of knowledge, but the formation of character. We roll down a carpet of welcome to all dignitaries and students. Thank you all for giving your precious time. I am very happy to be a small part of the IPR webinar. To start by the name of God, who is merciful and benevolent, ever has excited and ever will for us to glory in anything else. Let us all cherish the prayer song.
Make it count, leave a mark, build a name for yourself. Dream your dreams, chase your heart above all else. Make a name the world remembers. But all an empty world can sell is empty dreams. I got lost in the lie that it was up to me to make a name the world remembers. But Jesus is the only name to remember. And I don't want to leave a legacy. I don't care if they remember me. Only Jesus. And I've only got one life to live. Every second point to it. Only Jesus. All the kingdoms built, all the trophies won, will crumble into dust when it's said and done. 'Cause all that really matters, did I live the truth through the ones I love? Was my life that there's only one whose name will last forever? And I don't want to leave a legacy. I don't care if they remember me. Only Jesus. And I've only got one life to live. I'll let every second point to it. Only Jesus.
Education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world. Let me invite the Dean of Academics, Dr. Sunita, to address the dignitaries and audience.
Thank you, Surmala. A pleasant good morning to one and all present here. Firstly, I would like to welcome the Secretary, Principal, Vice Principal, and Controller of Examinations for the inspirational support for the conduct of this webinar. Next, I would like to extend my welcome to our head, Mrs. Merlin Vista. I, on behalf of everyone present here, heartily welcome the resource person of the day, Dr. Mahil Kamalam, Assistant Professor, Women's Christian College, Nagarcoil. She has 30 years of teaching experience. She has bagged the Best NSS Program Officer Award from Tamil Nadu Government and from Manonmanim Sundanar University during her tenure as NSS Program Officer for 10.5 years. She holds membership of Australian Universities Executives Women Group and is the Honorary Vice President of the Cape Research Forum. She has good number of publications in Scopus peer-reviewed journals. She has received Best Paper Award in International Conference. She is the member of 12 doctoral committees and is guiding PhD scholars. She has composed as many as 30 poems and has received the appreciation certificate for her 3 poems, which were published in the Silver Jubilee Souvenir of the Manonmanim Sundanar University from the registrar then. I'm happy to welcome such an eminent resource person for this webinar. Welcome, ma'am. Also, I would like to welcome the staff members from our department and other departments. Before the webinar starts, I would like to welcome Dr. Sirmala Rajan, one of the organizing secretaries of this webinar. Last but not least, I welcome my dear students for attending this webinar. Thank you one and all.
Agil Kamalam, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Women's Christian College, Nagarkoil. Now, I hand over the session to the resource person. Over to you, ma'am.
At the outset, first and foremost, I would like to express my profound gratitude to the Lord Almighty for giving me this platform today, and my ardent prayer for this presence and omnipotent presence as head throughout this academic event to make it a success. A very warm welcome and good morning to one and all present here on this pleasant morning with shining and bright sun and blooming flowers. Then, let me express my sincere thanks to the management of Holy Cross College, and let me cherish and share the joy with you the fact that I started my career in Holy Cross College as lecturer in commerce in 1991. My hearty thanks are also due to Dr. Sunita, the Dean, who invited me, and for her cordial welcome too. She's one of my best students in MPhil and MCom, and of course, I express my special thanks to the HODs present here, especially Dr. Helen Stella ma'am, and the other HOD and other faculty members, each one of you. And then, let me start today's session. Intellectual property right has developed over the decades and is an elaborate topic or an act for discussion. It can be taught for days together. It is an act and it is a law and it has a lot of discussions and case studies. But I will just explain the highlights of the aspect in a short and crisp manner with a few pictures and examples and some funny pictures, as I was instructed to talk about an hour or a little more. The society consistently needs new thoughts, new ideas, products, forms, designs, plans, etc. to improve the personal satisfaction of us and to have a better well-being to our kin, and produce new things and have a trade advantage by expanding the size and quality of the present goods and services.
This is our dream home, and today I'm going to show you 15 things that I can control using only my phone. I can ask my kitchen sink to pour 1 cup of water. I can open the shades in my house. I can turn on the fireplace. I can easily turn on all of the lights. I can open the garage. I can activate my Tesla Powerwalls and have them push the energy from the batteries to the house. I can lock or unlock my doors. I can play some music on the piano. I can control any of the 11 shower heads inside of the master bathroom. I can easily turn on and control any of the TVs inside of the house. From anywhere in the world, I can control any of the air conditioning or heating units. I can turn my bathroom mirror on or off with the touch of a button. Does making my car horn honk count? Oh my gosh, that's really loud. It doesn't really count as a home thing, but it's fun. And with the swimming pool, I can easily turn on the water slide. It just takes a second, but the water's pumping, I think. Oh, I hear it coming. It's coming! Totally missed it. Good try! See, look, there's water. It's going. We jumped the gun a little.
What does the video depict? It depicts an innovation. It depicts an innovation or a new thing or an invention. That is, the mobile phone controlled many gadgets of the house, from water to electricity and the piano. This is an innovation. This is an innovation, and this is a new idea. The water in the swimming pool was controlled with the help of the mobile phone. Then the piano was read. So this innovation is an invention or an idea. This innovation is an idea. This idea can be registered so that nobody copies the idea. This is an intellectual property. This is a novel idea. Is anybody the subject of intellectual property rights plays a major role in the development of the global economy. Since the early 1990s, many developed countries unilaterally strengthened their laws and regulations and intellectual property rights, that is, trade-related aspect. Intellectual property means it is a property which is developed or invented, or a new invention which is brought about by a particular person, a new idea or everything like that is a intellectual property. So that is with regard to intellectual property. So that means it's something new. It is something new founded, or it is something new which is the brain of our human beings. Okay, and now let us see the first picture, the picture of a bus. See what is written. தமிழக அரசு அறிமுகம் செய்துள்ள பேட்மேன் பேருந்து நின்ற இடத்திலேயே அனைத்து திசைகளும் திரும்பும் ஆற்றல் கொண்டது. உலக நாடுகள் பிரமிக்கும் தொழில்நுட்பம். So it is an innovation, it is said. Is it an innovation? One of you mute and say, is it an innovation? One of you unmute and say, is it an innovation? Is it an intellectual property? Of course no. No, isn't it? So if somebody finds a patent, or if somebody finds something new like this, which can turn, it is a patent. It is an intellectual property. But this, just for fun and just for a change, I let it to you. This is just a mistake, or it is just a repair of the bus. Okay. The domain of intellectual property is very, very vast. Its manifestation is in the form of copyright, patent, trademark, design, and so many other aspects of intellectual property rights, which is accepted over the whole world. Now, science and technology has developed to a great extent, and the scope is also a lot. The World IPR Day is April 26th. That is, the World Intellectual Property Right Day is celebrated on the 26th of April every year. Okay, then the human beings have been elevated and have elevated themselves to the present civilized state solely or only because of the exercise of intellectual capabilities. The property which comes into existence by application of human intellect is termed as intellectual property. So human intellect means human intelligence, human brain, the work of human brain. It is a product of intellectual capabilities and labor of the brain or intellectual property. It relates to information which can be incorporated in tangible objects and produced in different locations. For example, patents, designs, trademarks, copyrights, all these are the rights which are accrued by the owner who devised or who founded such intellectual property, or that property which he found, and this is termed as intellectual property right, the right to own it. And Indian patent law covers inventions arising from the creative work of human beings which are occurred to considerable commercial value. Patent is one of the ways through which the scientific inventions which we have a potential for industrial application are being protected, and thus these are promoted too. In India, however, very few scientific organizations and much less industries take adequate steps or measures to protect their inventions by getting a patent in respect of them. The new ideas innovated or invented by us will be robbed away by others, and they will earn lots and lots of money by that way through that business. To prevent this, we should get our ideas and we should get our intellectual property of our intelligence registered so that no one else can use it without our consent. The Office of the Controller General of Patents, Designs and Trademarks has a lot of conditions which are to be adhered to for registering such designs, patents, trademarks, geographical indications and other goods from 1999, and many amendments have been made from time to time regarding this act, and it is having offices in Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai and Ahmedabad so that they can register these intellectual rights in various categories. The next slide shows us a categorization or a category or a differentiation or a split of the different types of intellectual property rights or intellectual property. First of all, we can see that there are functional and technical inventions, and it is included in patents, the Patents Act of 1970 and in 1999 and 2005, and it has been amended from time to time. Then purely artistic works are being registered as copyrights. This has been in existence since 1957 and it has been amended in 1982, in 1984, in 1992, in 1994, in 1999 and in a number of years till recently. Then the third one is a symbol, a logo, a word, a sound, a color or design, etc., which can be registered in the form of a trademark. The Trademark Act is there for it. Since 1999, a number of amendments have been made till this day. The next slide shows us a small logo or a trademark. So there was a caption, I think about a week back or 2 weeks back, that Kerala wins battle over KSRTC trademark. Karnataka loses case and Controller General of Patents, Design and Trademark recognizes Kerala RTC as the sole custodian of trademark. You might have seen such an important news just 2 weeks back, I think, in the TV, newspaper, etc., etc. So when you see these 2 elephants in that red color, and the 2 elephants are holding the transport. That is, this is the logo of KSRTCs. So I always wondered, KSRTC, Karnataka Road Transport Corporation, as well as Kerala Road Transport Corporation. So actually, the facts of the case is, the Kerala State Road Transport Corporation is one of the oldest operated and managed public transport utilities of our country. And the Travancore State Transport Department, it was known as TSTD, it was re-established as Kerala State Road Transport Corporation, and the short form was KSRTC on April 1st, 1965 itself. And then what happened is Karnataka also had the same thing, and the Karnataka State Road Transport Corporation, it was previously known as Mysore Government Road Department, and it was converted into KSRTC or Karnataka Road Transport Corporation in the year 1973. So we know, or it is evident here that in 1965 itself, KSRTC was Kerala State Road Transport Corporation. And now in 1973 only, this Karnataka government got the same name as Karnataka Road Transport Corporation with the same logo of KSRTC. And then after a battle of 7 years, the Controller General of Patents decided the case, and now it has been declared and the decision has been pronounced that Kerala State Road Transport Corporation or KSRTC is the sole owner. It only has the right to use the KSRTC and this mark, this logo. And KSRTC can no longer be used by Karnataka State Road Transport Corporation. It has to change, or it has been prevented now. It has been given a condition that it should not be used anymore. Maybe if it is challenged again, and maybe if the court again declares that Karnataka State can use it, it may be used. Then, for the preparation of patents documents, a laboratory notebook is an important tool that goes well beyond research management and can have important implications for issues ranging from intellectual property management to the prevention of fraud. So typically, government awards patents on either a first to file or first to invent basis. A person who first files it may be given the patent right, or the first who invents it may be given the right. Therefore, it is important to keep and maintain records that help us to establish who is the first to invent a particular invention. Writing a high quality patent application is important because it sets out in a clear fashion the terms by which the patent owner and others will be bound. There's no specific format as to how to prepare a patent document. It is worth having the application professionally prepared. So recent developments in patent system with the rapid advancement in science and technology, newer forms of intellectual property protection are emerging. Examples of such protection are seen in the efforts made to protect computer programs and software programs, life forms, particularly following developments in biotechnology and including agriculture, hybrid varieties of agriculture, plants, seeds, etc. also. Patent laws of several countries favor patent protection for software innovation. Such countries include USA, Australia, Singapore, and a few others to be named. Okay, is there any limit for the owning or having ownership of a patent? I know that, including me, many of us here do not own a patent of our own. We don't have any intellectual property right which has been registered in our name. There's no age limit for being a patent holder. If we find anything new, we have every right to register it. Even if you are a small baby or 2 years, or 3 years, or 5 years. You see this picture here. It is the picture of a small boy who is positioned on a wheelchair. That means he's a physically challenged person. And he has found a new invention or a new game with 6 players, or circular chess with 6 players. You know that we play chess with 2 players only. Vishwanath Anand is a great champion. For years together, he's the champion. And he has the capacity to play with 2 players. Chess is ordinarily a game of 2 players. But this boy, this young boy of just 9 years, has, by name Hirdeshwar Singh Bhatti, has invented this chess design, which is capable of being played by 6 players at a time. It is in the shape of a circle, circular chess. He has invented it, he has designed it, and he has got the patent in his name. It is registered in his name. So the next one, we'll see what is patent infringement. Infringement means is an unauthorized making, using, offering for sale, or selling any patented invention within India, or importing into India of any patented invention during the term of a patent. So patent infringement occurs in every industry and in the... So fighting the patent infringement falls on the shoulders of the patent holder. When patent infringement happens, the patentee may sue for his relief or her relief in the appropriate court of law. The patentee may ask the court for an injunction to prevent the continuation of the patent infringement, and may also ask the court for an award of damages because of the patent infringement, or for an indemnification of the loss that he has occurred due to that infringement. Patent infringement is a very complicated matter. It is important for the students to understand the legal aspects governing infringements, exceptions and defenses to the infringement, and the remedies available to the patent holder in the event of infringement. Of course, we can see the infringement factors in the end. I will give it to you in a nutshell in the end. The process of examination of patent application before the grant. A patent has to undergo a strong filtering as to the eligibility for the grant of the patent. So, this requires a structured examination of the patent as it is provided in the law of the land. The process, which is exclusive of its own channel, is a multi-stage process. That means it is a process of many stages. For instance, the examination of the patent, the application by the examiner, and then subsequent processing by the controller constitute one such filtering mechanism. There are many such filtering mechanisms. So let us see a publication. A publication, we make publications in journals, intellectual property it is ours, and we can register it in our names. For example, I have written a book on consumerism. That is my PhD thesis, consumerism in the service sector of Kanyakumari district. I have compiled together about 1,138 cases for the decade of 2001 to 2010, and I have brought about the different cases, the remedies available, the refunds available, and what and all has been replenished, has been brought into existence in that book. So I have a right to register my publication. So what is the process for the register of a publication? The publication need not be a book alone. It can be a book, it can be an e-book, it can be a single article published in a journal, in a book or in an ISBN registered book or anything of that sort. It has or it can be registered, and we have a right to register our intellectual property. For a publication, an application is to be made, and the application is kept secret by the authorities for a period of 18 months from the date of filing of our application. Then in the 19th month, the application is published in the official journal. This is made available on the website weekly. And then after that, the applicant has an option to get his application published before 18 months. In that case, the application is published within 1 month of the request. So this is the process for a publication. See, what is this? This is just a carom board. You see, these poor boys are playing a carom board. These small boys want to play carom. So carom is a game where there are 4 pits and the coins are assembled and we make the play. So it is a costly affair. Not costly, it costs about 1,000 something. So some people cannot afford it. So these boys have found a new invention or a new innovation. They have kept some bottles covers as the carom coins, and they have done 4 pits for the playing of the game, and they have made the mark similar to a carom board. So this is an innovation or an invention. If nobody else should copy this, they can register it because it is their intellectual property. It is their right to get it registered. So this intellectual property, if it was in a foreign country, they would register it and nobody else would be used to use it unless it is given by that particular company. But these poor boys haven't registered it. And do they have a carom board? No, the board is on the ground. They have 4 holes dug on the sea sand. See their innovative idea? See their intellectual property? So they haven't registered, and just for an example, I have showed you anything and everything. No specific reason is that our brain, our innovation, our invention, idea can be registered. That's why I showed this picture. You can see the industrial design of an Apple iPod. So Apple iPod is the Apple company has invented this Apple iPod. So this Apple iPod cannot be copied. It just resembles that of a mobile phone, and this model of iPod cannot be copied by any other person other than Apple company, because this was invented and this intellectual property right is registered in the name of Apple company. And then trademark. So trademark is a recognizable sign, design, or expression which identifies a product. So trademark owner has a right to own it as a monopolist. He has a right to fix the price. He has a right to buy it. He has a right to produce it. He has a right to make it. He has a right to give it to others. He has a right to entrust to others. Anything, he has a right. So the trademark is located on a package or on a label or on a product or anything. It can be a trademark. So this trademark, an innovative idea, it provides protection to the owner of the mark by ensuring the exclusive right to use it or to authorize another person to use the same in return for a payment also. The period of protection of that trademark varies. They can register it, they'll be given a particular period, then they can renew it, and it can be continued indefinitely beyond a particular time limit for an additional payment of fees. And then the trademarks promote initiatives and enterprise over the world over by rewarding the owners of trademarks with recognition and financial profit. Trademark protection also hinders the efforts of unfair competitors such as counterfeiters to use similar distinctive signs to the market, inferior or different or even superior to the products that have been produced by these properties or trademarks which have been registered, and the services that have been registered too. And these distinctive signs to the market cannot be used by any others if it has been registered. The system enables people with skill and enterprise to produce and to market the goods and services in the fairest possible conditions, thereby facilitating international trade, that is the owner only. With the advent of WTO, the World Trade Organization, the law of trademarks is now modernized under the Trademarks Act of 1999, along with modernization under the Trademarks Act of 1999 and rules thereunder, and is a harmony with two major international treaties on the subject, namely the Paris Convention for Protection of Industrial Property and the TRIPS or the TRIPS Agreement. These are two major harmonies, are two major international treaties or agreements which are entered into for conferring the right of these trademarks on the owners of such intellectual property. The trademarks may be a name, a word, a phrase, a logo, a symbol, a design, an image, or a combination of all the above. A trademark provides protection to the owner of the mark by ensuring the exclusive right to use it or to authorize another person to use the same in return for the payment for a particular period. It may vary. They can make the agreement, they can renew it, and they can do as they like according to the situation. This depends solely or fully on the right and on the discretion and on the decision of the owner of the intellectual property or the person who has the intellectual property right registered. So that there are different intellectual property rights in one product also registered. You see this next slide, I suppose, or the previous one car. So see, there are different intellectual property in one object. You can see this is a car, and you know this is a Scorpio car. Scorpio car is having certain particular features which have been registered. The trademark, the brand name, the Scorpio has been registered. The copyright, the art's work, the artistic work on the body of the or the design of the particular car. Then the industrial design, the shape of this car can never be copied. You might not have seen any other car with this design, with this shape. The back portion will be so well designed that it will be very beautiful to look. So that this chassis and the shape of the body, chassis means the body of this car, has been registered. This industrial design has been registered so that nobody else can copy it. Then the next one is the patent. The patent, M-Hawk technology. This technology or patent is known as M-Hawk technology. This cannot also be copied. The Scorpio car alone has the shape and chassis and everything common to it because it has been registered by it. Other shapes only are copied by other car companies. The Trademarks Act has a lot of characteristic features, and the trademark should have certain distinctiveness. What's the meaning of distinctiveness? It should be distinct from others. It should be unique from others. You know, this car has a unique feature. It is different from the other features or other body chassis of other cars. It should preferably be invented by the inventor or the intellectual property holder. Then it should be easy to pronounce and remember. It is better to be in the form of a word. It should be easy to produce or it pronounce and to remember. Take for example, Bata for shoes, Sony for electronics, Fiat for car, Toyota for car, and Scorpio also for car. All these are easy to spell and easy to pronounce and easy to remember too. Each one of you know Bata shoes. It is so familiar because of its short name. Easy to pronounce, easy to remember, easy to spell and write legibly. It should be as short as possible. If it is long, it is difficult to remember. It should be appealing to an eye. It should be appealing to the eye as well as to the ear. It should be, it should sound sweet to pronounce, and it should be beautiful for our eyes. It should be attractive for our eyes to view. It should satisfy the requirements of registration of trademark. So registration of trademarks requires a particular, some particular instructions and some particular provisions which should be adhered to by the registrar or the patent holder. Then it should not belong to the class of marks which are prohibited for registration. Certain things are prohibited in our country. Such marks should not be used. For example, certain advertisements are using the women portrayed without a dress or a meager dress or something like that. This is prohibited. This is not permitted. Such things cannot be registered as trademarks. So the Indian Trademark Act is well known, and according to Section 21 ZG, a mark which has become so should be a substantial segment of the public which uses such goods or receives such services. So this is available for goods as well as services that use such mark in relation to other goods and services by comparison. And it would like to have been taking an indication for connecting it with the trade and rendering services to the public for such goods and for such services to the persons or to humanity, and mark a relationship to the first mentioned goods or the services. The first persons will be given the right or the intellectual property right, or they can register it. Then examples, Tata, T-A-T-A, Tata, we say bye Tata. It is easy to remember. Tata cars are very familiar. The product, Tata products are very familiar. Tata products are very good in quality, you know, from Tata soap to Tata car. Tata products are very, very good. They have good quality. Coca-Cola, fruity. All these enjoy unparalleled reputation and goodwill. All of us know it and all of us hear it, and it has got a good status, a well-known trademark because it has been registered. Then we can see other examples through the pictures. Just see trade examples. Symbol. You see one example, just a curved line, a symbol, a curved line. It is the symbol of a particular product, Nike. And then the design. You see the Pepsi design. It's having a red color on the top, blue color below, a copper sulfate color on the right side, and the left side a red color. The design is so devised so that it is distinct or different from the other beverages. Next one, you see the car, the Mercedes-Benz car has this design. Then F, this Facebook, you are all users of Facebook, I suppose. And this Facebook symbol, F, is known to all of you. This Mercedes-Benz car symbol, it is well known to users who use it or who are familiar or who are very crazy about high quality and costly cars for their status. As a symbol of status, they may own this symbol, Mercedes-Benz. The name Coca-Cola, it is familiar, it is registered. The logo type, the curved law. Then the symbol, M. See the symbol, it is known to all of you. The slogan, I am loving it, it is a slogan. You know it. Then the shape of the bottle of Coca-Cola. See the shape, It is curved and it is different from the other bottles. The shape has also been registered so that when you see a Coca-Cola bottle, the color, the face, the shape, the size, you know that it is Coca-Cola. You identify it. The taste, before tasting it, you identify it. Then the color, the orange color. Okay. Then letters and words. There are words and groups of letters that are common. For example, they include Apple. Apple is a company, you're familiar with it. Apple iPhone, Apple iPod, Apple computers, Apple, a number of products, Apple computers, Apple laptops, Apple iPhones, and many products are there. Google products are in number. And IBM, International Business Museum, many computers, they're very famous. All these are examples of letters, a group of letters. This is an example of trademark. Then logos. Logos are images which are registered. So logos are probably the next common form of mark. It is a mark or image. You can see the example of the mark of apple shape for Apple laptop, Apple computers, Apple iPhones, and a number of products which can be counted and it can be enumerated and it is all registered. So this is an example. Nobody else can copy this Apple mark because it has been registered as an intellectual property right by the Apple company owners. Then the next picture are drawing. Pictures are drawings of services. You can see the Android, the symbol, the green symbol. It is the picture of an Android. It is marking an Android. It has been registered. Next one is a combination of the letters as well as design. You have the Java. Java is a programming language in computer, you know. It is having a symbol as well as JAVA word. Java was previously the name of a motorcycle. When I was a small kid, it was the name of a motorcycle. But now it has been registered in the name of this company. So Java, the symbol as well as the design, it is a combination of an intellectual property which has been registered. Then a slogan, just a few words, which makes some complete sense, which can be remembered. See, just do it. Or marks like this are slogans which can be pronounced. Washing powder, Nirma, you have a group of words. This is a slogan. Then color marks. The color, you see the orange color on the top of Coca-Cola. It is a color mark. Then the shape, the product shape. You see the Coca-Cola bottle. The container shape can also serve as a source of identifying function for a particular product, and it is enforceable. And it is enforceable. And it is enforceable and it contains a particular shape and may be subject to design or patent, and differences between design, patents and trademark protection for product shapes. So Coca-Cola is a bottle shape. This bottle shape is also registered. The shape, the color, the name, everything is remembered by us when we say Coca-Cola. Then the sound marks. The sound can also be a trademark or a service mark. Example, certain music for advertisements. Example, washing powder, Nirma. Do you remember this advertisement? Then you have other advertisements. Boost is the secret of my energy. A slogan that can be remembered. Of our energy. It can be remembered. These are all registered marks. Nobody else can copy it or imitate it. Then copyrights. Copyright is a right given by a law to the creators of literary, dramatic, musical and artistic works and producers of cinematograph films and sound recordings. Unlike the case with patents, copyrights protects the expressions and not the ideas. Thus, a copyright in an idea, you would have to protect it for others not to use it. So copyright is using literary written poems, artistic work, drawings, music, etc. So copyright symbol is the C. You can see a C with a circle around it. This is a symbol. Anyone who claims a copyright can use it. It is not necessary that we should have the registration. Without it, we can use it, and it is highly advisable to incorporate copyright notice. And we have, for example, the copyright of Microsoft Corporation, that is from 2009 itself. Copyright terms can be for artistic work, for paintings, for sculpture which is carved, for drawings, for engravings in mud, sand, in stone, etc. Photographs, work of architecture, and any other work of artistic craftsmanship or some other inventions. So the right of an owner of copyrights. Copyright owner has a right of multiple statutory right. Multiple means many statutory rights. He has a right to transfer. He has a right to make infringement, negative right. He can prevent others from using it. He can prevent others from using it. That is a negative right or a right against infringement. Copyright. You can see many examples of copyrights here. See the pictures. The first one, the literary one. So the Time magazine. It was H.G. Wells who wrote this book. Time magazine, H.G. Wells. It's a literary copyright. Only H.G. Wells has a right to copy it. Nobody else can copy it and sell it to others. Dramatic, the drama scene. It can be copyrighted and it can be registered. Then the one, musical instruments. The musical instruments from the drum, from the other musical instruments. See here, it can be registered. Then the artistic picture, next one, it can be registered. Then the films. The films or the pictures. I'll show you examples that follows. Sound recording, pictures of sounds recording. You see the next picture, copyright of a film or a cinematograph. See here, Devar Magan, a Tamil film. It has been remade in Hindi and the name is Virashat and Anil Kumar has acted. Here Devar Magan, Kamal has acted. So they have got the copyrighted. Only those persons who have it, own it, and for whom they give permission can do it. We can't do it. You and I cannot do it. Billa, Rajini in Tamil has done it. And the remake is done by Tamil artists only. That is Ajit only has done it. And the name of Billa, but the same name. It is also copyrighted and it is done with the permission. Otherwise, it would have been prohibited. Then the next copyright, you see Thilumulu in Tamil by Rajini, and it has been remade by Tamil artists itself. Thilumulu, Mirchi Shiva has acted. So industrial designs also play an important role in the trading of consumer goods or products. Industrial designs are what makes a product attractive and appealing. Hence, they add to the commercial value of a product. The designs, I showed you the picture of that Scorpio. Today, industrial design has become an integral part of consumer goods, consumer culture, and rival articles which compete with the other products. It has become important, therefore, to grant an original industrial design adequate protection. When an industrial design is protected, it helps to ensure a fair return on investment to the owner. An effective system of protection also benefits consumers and public at large by promoting fair competition and honest trade practices that, apart from protecting the industrial designs, also help for economic development. So industrial designs play an very important role. I'll show you pictures of it that follows. Then regarding geographical indications. Geographical indication is a sign used on goods that have a specific geographical origin and possess qualities, reputation, or characters that are essentially attributable to that place of origin. The place of origin from where it was founded. For most commonly, geographical, which geographical area it belongs to, the place of origin. Agricultural products typically have this origin. Can we say that this chips, banana chips, are very familiar in Kanyakumari district? Under the agreement, the trade-related aspects of intellectual property rights is known as TRIPS. There's no obligation for other countries to extend protection for this geographical indication because it is protected in the country of origin. For example, in geographical indications are an indication used to show agricultural and natural manufactured products originating from a particular territory in India. It should have a special quality, characteristics, reputation, climatic condition, which is unique for that geographical location. This indication has a specification and it can be registered for a period of 10 years and it can be renewed for other periods. And we have a sign or a specific origin or a quality which is attributable only to that place product. For example, Kanchipuram silks. Kanchipuram silks. Kanchipuram is famous for its silks. Pochampalli silks, it is a different variety. Tiruppuvanam silks, it's a different variety. Tiruppuvanam silks will be folded in a different manner. And Kanchipuram silks are different. Then Pochampalli silks have a different peculiar design. These are places, geographical places. Kanchipuram is a place. Then Tiruppuvanam is a place. Pochampalli is a place. But just attributed this to these particular product or silks. Then Kashmir apples. Then Mysore silk. Egyptian cotton finest. Then ceramics in Mexico. All these are examples. Then you have other examples here in the picture. See, Kolhapuri chapel. Kolhapuri chapel. Kolhapuri chapel is an example. Punneri pagadi. Then chikki or sweets. Assam black tea. Mexico, Mysore silk, Mysore sandal oil, Mysore sandal soap, Mysore jasmine, Coorg orange, Madhubani paintings. You see the paintings here. Darjeeling tea, Alfonso mango. These mangoes are very, very famous. Tirupati laddu. All of you know, so big laddus. Tirupati, it is famous for such laddus. Then Kolhapuri chapel, of course, we have seen. Then bananas, Nanjagud bananas are also famous. Then the Canadian whiskey is famous in Canada. Swiss watches are famous in Switzerland. Florida oranges are very, very famous in America and all the world over. Then Chambangi flowers, Tiquilia, all these are examples of geographical indications of certain products. Trade secrets. So trade secrets are intellectual properties and these rights on this information can be, these confidential information can be registered and after registration can be sold or licensed to other persons. So in general, it qualifies for a trade secret and the information must be commercially valuable. It should, so to be registered, it should be commercially valuable. It should have commercial value. It should have a value of worth in money. It should have, for example, if you go for Alva, Tirunelveli Alva, Bombay Alva, it should have a particular secret. Only such persons produce it in that particular fashion and it is worth of money. It is, people prefer to buy it even if it is costly because it is peculiar. It is Palakkad Alva. It is all famous. So it should be known only to a limited group of persons. You take for example, Palakkad oil. It is a type of oil which is used for fracture, Palakkad oil. It is said that one man, he bought fishes and he covered it with the leaves and sent it through his son to his wife. It was cut into two pieces. two fishes were cut into two pieces each, and it was folded in a leaf and covered and parceled and given to his house. When it was taken home, his wife found that the fish were joined in different positions in that leaf. So that means what? That leaf has the capability of curing fractures. So they hid this intellectual property right was founded. It was hidden and in a compound in Palakkad. It is known as Muttikolangare Ennai in Palakkad. This oil is grown and it is very famous for fractures. You will take the plaster of Paris, it will take for you at least 1 month. But this oil from Palakkad, Muttikolangare Ennai, only they know the secret. It is registered, this oil. So this is an example. Because it is having commercial value, it is known only to a group of persons. It is a secret. It is known only to a few persons. So it is a confidentiality agreement, trade agreement. And business partners and employees only know this. The unauthorized acquisition or use of this trade information or trade secret, it can be sued or can be gone to the court of law, and it is an unfair practice and violation of a secret and the protection. See, the Tirunelveli Alva, I told you one example. You see this picture, KFC. Do you know this KFC? Kentucky Fried Chicken. KFC, this man became a richest person once. Within 1 day, because of his intellectual property of frying this Kentucky chicken. That is, he gave the name Kentucky. His name is Kentucky. He fried a chicken in a particular variety and it was so sweet, it was so tasty that all the people preferred it, and he registered it in his name and he became a multi-millionaire within 1 night because of his registration of intellectual property right. See, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Now you have duplicate imitations that resemble them. Bucket chicken, that chicken, this chicken, and many types of chickens. But at that time, I think in the 60s or 70s, this was the only product. It was so familiar, he registered it. Next one, the Shahi Paneer Masala. This is also another invention. The layouts, designs of integrated circuits that we won't be able to understand, programs, intellectual circuits, in electrical gadgets, articles for electricity or everyday use such as watches, television, washing machines, cars, all these possess integrated circuits. We say IC. These are not understandable by us, smartphones. These techniques and technologies are layouts or designs are also capable of being protected by intellectual property rights or patent rights, and these are capable of being commercializing by intellectual property rights. So infringement of any part or using it by any other person or leaking out the secret by any of the persons can be subject to a number of cases. We can see that consequences of infringement. Infringement or wrongful use or robbing or using it by other persons can be subject to injunction, or it can be prevented from being used. Their products can be destroyed, paying damages. They should be given damages, and they are also subject to imprisonment. There are 3 types of remedies available. One is civil remedies, another one is administrative remedies, and the third one is criminal remedies. Civil remedies uses injunction, damages, delivery of infringing copy, and damages for conversion or for copying. Then administrative remedies include summoning the person who copied it to the court of law. They have to be summoned or they have to be present for the court by the particular civil authorities. Then they can be asked to produce the documents which they have. They can be asked to produce witnesses. They can be examined. Their documents can be examined. Then the record can be asked. Then the copy can be asked. Then other persons or officers can also be asked to produce such evidences which are necessary. Then the criminal remedies. This is a criminal offense, so they can be imprisoned from a period of 6 months to 3 years for using another person's intellectual property which has been registered. A fine of 50,000 to 2 lakhs or more can be levied by the companies to millions of rupees. Seizure of infringing copies which they have copied, they can seize and destruct or they can damage. Okay, we'll see a few case studies which are familiar these days. As the time is short, I'm just jotting through. Okay, let us see the case laws. So intellectual property right has a number of case laws. So we'll see the case laws of these intellectual property right for infringement. You know that there are many punishments that are available, and the case laws, we'll see a few case laws one by one. So the first one, Mike Tyson's tattoo artist. You know tattoo, many of you will be familiar with the tattoos. Tattoos are picture which can be put on our body, isn't it? So yes, Victor Whitmill filed a suit against Warner Bros. Entertainment and he claimed that the use of his movie design, you see the movie design on this man's eye and on his left cheek, just see the man on the third, he has near his beard, near his eye, he has a tattoo design. That tattoo design was Mike Tyson's design. Mike Tyson, he did it and for Victor Whitmill, and he went to another company of Warner Brothers Entertainment and he did the same design for that other person also. So Mike Tyson filed a suit with the Warner Brothers saying that you have no right to use, he drew it. So the tattoo belonged to who? Mike Tyson, the artist. Because of the claim, it was said that it is an unfair use and they settled among themselves and the settlement is undisclosed. Maybe they gave money and settled it. So this is an intellectual property right. Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz. You know calculus. Calculus in mathematics, we had it previously in statistics and in business mathematics in our syllabuses. I don't know whether you have it in your syllabus now. Calculus was previously used, but actually it is a mathematical formula and a mathematical use. The German mathematician philosopher Leibniz invented this calculus, and after that he published a paper in 1684 and 1686. But when the Englishman Isaac Newton is familiar to us, he published a book called Optics in 1704 and he said he was the father of calculus. And there was a debate. And then they went to the court of law and it was settled saying that Newton and Leibniz were two co-inventors. Both of them are inventors. So history accepts both of them as inventors of calculus. In 1893, a man named Hungry Perkey began making a pillow-shaped cereal called shredded whole wheat. This pillow-shaped, see the picture, just pillow-shaped. Pillow means it is rectangular shape, shredded whole wheat. But the product took off. That means it was very, very achieving. After Perkey died in 1908 and his two patents died, Kellogg company took it up. So Kellogg company took it up again. Kellogg company founded it and they patented it to the other company. And after the patent also died, this Kellogg company, the previous owner, took it up and the shredded wheat was trademarkable and it was pillow shaped. They filed a suit, Kellogg company filed a suit against National Biscuit Company. You cannot copy the shape. This biscuit shape, the pillow shape, we invented it. But the court of law said it is not functional and therefore it is not a patent. The patent also has expired because the owner died and the patent was given to another person. That person also died. So National Biscuit Company can also be justified. It is a fair use. So both the companies can use it, it was said. And it was said that it was not an unfair competition. Barbie doll. Barbie doll, all of us love Barbie doll. There are many images of Barbie doll. All small children love Barbie doll. Dolls are loved by girls. And of course, many of you would have this Barbie dolls. And still you may love it. I know my cousin's daughter who used to carry this Barbie doll even when she was in college. She studied in Holy Cross only. And now she's a renowned doctor. She used to carry this Barbie dolls in the car, even to the college. Many, not one, 9 she used to carry. So this Barbie dolls entertainment incorporation with Mattel Inc. So these two companies, Barbie doll was copied by Mattel Inc. So they filed a suit. MGA Entertainment filed a suit against Mattel that the line of scene Barbie dolls were infringed by Bratz dolls. So the same thing were copied by Bratz dolls also. We don't know Bratz dolls. Barbie dolls are very famous. And then Mattel said, no, this was invented by me. And this Barbie dolls were designed by me. And it was made with a product of Mattel property. And so it was decided in the court that it was Mattel's property. He invented Barbie doll and MGA company had no right to copy this in the name of Bratz dolls. And so MGA company had to give a fine of $100 million to Mattel. So that means he got a lot of money. Mattel, who invented Barbie doll, got a lot of money from MGA Entertainment. And then MGA Entertainment had to prevent the use in 2008. Then the next case law. AM Records versus Napster. So, in 1999, the musicians of the world were very crazy about the use of these albums or songs. So, an 18-year-old by name Napster, who was studying computer science in Northeastern University, created a peer-to-peer music sharing service. Sharing music, we share music through WhatsApp, just like that, freely sharing music. MP3 music he shared, and it was called Napster. And another company by AM Records was a Universal Music Group who was doing it, and this was copied by Napster. So this AM Music Records was giving it or selling it for business or for profit. So they filed a suit. They went to the court of law saying that Napster had no right to copy. So Napster was found guilty, and since he gave it free of cost, he was let out. But in 2002, Napster's company was shut down, and he could not again follow that new copy of that music. The next case law, Adidas America Incorporated. So this versus Payless Shoe Source. So this company, Adidas, next you see the picture. Adidas had, it is a bag company as well as a shoe company. Adidas had used 3 stripe marks. See, you see the 3 marks, 3 lines. 3 parallel lines were used by Adidas company as a trademark. It was registered. But Payless company copied it by confusing the others. They used 2 stripes as well as 4 stripes for 268 shoes. So it resembled the same. Actually, Adidas used only 3. They used 2 and 4. But we people will think all are the same because the lines are the same. So Adidas went to the court of law. They filed a suit, and the court ordered $305 million for this Adidas company for a stripe, and it was calculated up to as much the Wall Street Journal law calculated. So it had to give a huge compensation for each stripe. They had 3 stripes. These copied 2 stripes and 4 stripes. For each stripe, they had to give, stripe means this line, they had to give millions of dollars. Next one, the Coca-Cola Bisleri. The Coca-Cola company also had a case as the Coca-Cola company purchased the rights over the Thumbs Up and a number of other Citra and then a number of other beverages from Bisleri company. Originally, this Bisleri company sold it off to Coca-Cola company, and this Coca-Cola company was producing it. So this Coca-Cola company was producing it and selling it to all over the world. But Coca-Cola company said it was a trademark which was registered and purchased by intellectual property right, which was purchased by Coca-Cola, and no other person could use it. And this Masa company, what they did, they used it in a different name, and A.N. Arora and a few other persons, they used it. They exported it to other countries, and the case was they cannot export it to other countries. But the court held that the interim injunction or prevention was given for a particular period, and trademark Masa was to be given a signing of a deed assignment, and the other persons have no right to use this trademark because it was already sold, and this right of intellectual property is in the eyes of the proprietor, and according to law, these are the proprietors. The plaintiff are the proprietors. Plaintiff and the plaintiff is Bisleri, and the person who complained is Coca-Cola. Okay, then the next one is Yahoo Incorporated versus Akash Arora. So Yahoo company, you see the picture, all of you know it. All of you are familiar with it. So many of you may be having so-and-so at yahoo.com. So this is a familiar domain name, and it was used by Yahoo Incorporated. This was copied by Akash Arora in India in the name of Yahoo India. So we get confused that Yahoo is same as Yahoo India, and so many of them used it. So this Yahoo.com, Yahoo Incorporated went to the court of law and sued against Yahoo Arora, and then it was prevented. Yahoo Arora was prevented from using this Yahoo India. Now you have only Yahoo.com or Yahoo by one producer who was Yahoo Incorporated company. H&M and H&M. So H&M, Haynes and Maritz was a company. They had a name H&M. First label shows H&M. The second company, H&M Mega Brands Private Limited, they copied this image H&M. They just put H-M. So it resembles that one, but in H&M, there is one and in between. So Maritz, Haynes and Maritz was a foreign company. It was a famous company, and it was copied by H&M company. So they filed a suit, and it was prevented, and the Delhi court held that they should never use H&M again because H&M resembles H&M. It is the same. It looks the same. We will get confused. We'll think both are same. So H&M was not again permitted to use this H&M symbol. So H&M was the sole user of this intellectual property line. Arun Chopra, he used Kaka Kaka name, and this was copied by another restaurant. And then they went to the court of law, and the court said that Kaka is a common name and it can be used by others also. It is a Hindi term, and hence the parties were given subsequent hearings and they settled among themselves. Then the next one, Big Tree Entertainment. This is also My Book, My Event. They have My Show. So Book My Show was a word used by Big Tree Entertainment Private Limited. They said Book My Show I used, and that person also copied. Big My Event I used, they used Book My Show. So both are not same. So it was held that the other company, Sharma A&R, can also use Book My Show because it is an English term. Book My Show, Book My Event, Book My product. This is a common term and it was let out free. And then Bata shoes and Crocs. These also were a case which was infringement. Bata shoes copied Crocs design of shoes, and then the plaintiff means what? The Crocs company filed a suit against Bata shoes. Plaintiff is Bata shoes, and it was held that the designing was different. So, okay, these 12 things. So, can we use these trademarks or these intellectual property rights? So, you might see, with courtesy to all the users previously, the products or the information used by me was intellectual property right from the websites. So, fair use is permitted. So, fair use means what? See, here you cannot use it for money. Don't use it for money. You cannot use it for different context. You can use it in a different context, not the same. You cannot copy it. And then it should be a different use. It should be argued that it is a fair use. And the work should be done in a different manner, in small bits, as I have used it now. So I can contend and I can say that the fair use of the product is made. It can be used for research, for criticism, for comments, for new reporting, for teaching, and for scholarship. So here I have used it for teaching and for reporting and for comments and for criticism and just for research and scholarship purpose. So thus I can conclude that I have used it only for educational purposes and in bits in a different form. So this copyright, trademark and patents, I will conclude it with this video.
Most businesses rely on bright ideas. Whether it's developing new products, having a great brand, or creating eye-catching designs. Your ideas are your passport to business success. But how do you protect your ideas from being exploited by others? That's where intellectual property or IP law comes in. There are 4 main types of IP, each working in a different way. Trademarks, copyright, design rights, and patents. Let's start with trademarks. Trademarks are used by businesses to protect their brands. You can register a trademark in the UK, across Europe, or further afield to apply to a name, a logo, or both. Trademarks can be a valuable long-term asset for your business. They only need renewing every 10 years. Then there's copyright. Copyright automatically exists in things like documents, photos, maps, plans, and websites. If you create any of these in your business, they're already protected by copyright for free. It is good practice to use the copyright symbol on anything you've created and keep good records of when and how they were created. Your copyright will last for up to 70 years after your lifetime, so it's another long-term asset. If you pay someone else to create something for you or your business, they will own the copyright, unless it's explicitly transferred to you in writing. If people buy your products because of the way they look, for example, furniture, jewellery, or clothes, you need to think about design rights. Registered design rights needn't be expensive and can cover the UK and abroad. Even if you don't register your designs, you may have unregistered design rights that are free and automatic, so your business may already own rights you didn't even know about. Finally, if you invent a new product or a new process, you should think about patents. Patents can last for up to 20 years, and registering a patent can be a pretty complicated and expensive process. That said, they may be a really good investment for your business, so it is worth seeking proper professional advice.
So we can conclude, we can consolidate it as copyrights, trademark, patents, business secrets, everything are in these 4 contexts which we saw. You saw the video, I hope you understood. And it represents, it has requirement, it has a fair use can be used. So I can justify that I used it in small bits, only for research purpose, only for teaching purpose, and it was that is, if it was registered also, it was only in bits in a different form I used it. So, okay, with due courtesy and respects to the references made by me, I thank you all for your patient listening, and I'd be happy if any of you are willing to give me a small feedback. Take care, girls, and take care, all of you faculty, please. And during this pandemic, please follow the ABC policy. That is, the third wave is yet to arrive, and it is predicted. Hence, abstain and stay away from crowds and functions. A. B. Be careful, wear the mask, and as far as possible, protect yourself. And then C. You be cautious to wash your hands and have the vaccine. And when you enter a house and go out, you try to bathe and be careful. So A, B, C. Please follow these three principles. And thank you so much. I'm indeed very happy to be in your midst today. And I'm grateful to the correspondent sister, Sister Geraldine, who is known to me, the principal sister, Sister Sophia, also known to me, and the various HODs of the college, and the various faculty members of commerce and others who are present here. And my dear children, friends who are present here, thank you one and all for your patient hearing. And I would be happy if one of you give me a feedback if it is interesting to you. Okay, thank you. Let me conclude.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Your presentation was extremely informative. We are so honored and privileged to have you among us. Dear students and participants, kindly post your queries in the chat box. Dear participants, kindly post your queries in the chat box or unmute your audio and ask the questions.
But the validity of the patent right in India is 20 years. If this varies from country to country or still the same?
Yeah, we have the possibility of renewing it every time. It may be 5 years or 10 years or 20 years. It varies from country to country. But we have a right to make the phase payment, and we can extend it to any number of years. It is our property. We have a right to extend it.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. It is very useful.
Thank you, Anisha, for your question. Nice question.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Helen Stella, ma'am, for your comment that my presentation was extreme.
Actually, it was very, very nice.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, so happy to see you in this platform.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Now, I call upon Ms. Merlin Vista, Head of the Department, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to all. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's session a resounding success. I would like to take this opportunity to express our hearty thanks to Reverend Sister Geraldine J.M., our Secretary, Reverend Sister Annie Perpet Sophie, our Principal, Reverend Sister Lima Rose, our Vice Principal, and Dr. Vinolia Josephine Mary, Controller of Examination, for their encouragement, guidance, and continuous support. I am extremely thankful to our resource person, Dr. J. Mahil Kamalam, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Women's Christian College, Nagarkoil. She portrayed patents of different companies and the important aspects of IPR. That talk was very informative and valuable for us. Thank you, ma'am. Next, I would like to express my gratitude to Dr. C.K. Sunitha and Dr. P.M. Sirumala Rajam, the organizing secretaries of today's webinar, who have worked hard to ensure that this occasion becomes a memorable success. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation and gratitude to all the staff members of our department for their immense support. I also extend my sincere thanks to Reverend Sister Angie Mary, Assistant Professor of Mathematics. She helps to present this webinar in YouTube also. I would like to express my gratitude to the staff of other departments, research scholars, and students who made this webinar meaningful one. Once again, I thank you one and all, and thank you.